This video is solely for all of my subscribers and all of my friends and people who have been around for a long time with us, and the new subscribers. Look, thank you all so much for joining us and sharing the information that you've shared and life experiences. Our channel couldn't be what it is today without people being involved, without people joining us and becoming part of it. So many of the huge channels are huge because they are so one-sided about the person at the center of it, where we want our channel to be a group of people that enjoy interacting and sharing, you know, content, context, you know, life experiences. And that's important to us, and that's what we so much want and have managed to build to this point, you know. And we're hoping that we can really grow this channel by expanding our filming capabilities and the joys of being involved with you guys. You know, you are all specifically individually important to us. It's very important to us to have that time to, as I do, I write to everybody that comments, you know. I spend the time to interact, whereas on the big channels they don't have any time for anybody else. It's all about me, 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 me. And that's the other part of that. I really wanted to help other people grow their channels, you know, to share the experiences and some of the ways that we do things, and hopefully help you build your channel and subscribe back to you. I don't care if I end up being the world's greatest legend at I've subscribed to 10 million people. Okay, I don't care about that, and I don't hide my subscriptions. I keep my subscriptions open. If I subscribe to somebody, I subscribe to them, and I try to support them back by subscribing to them, because it's important. YouTube is a massive family, and in the future our ability to be able to share information, as like we endured with the tractor, to then protect other people from sharing that information, because that's what we lose when we have situations like we have, and you have to sign agreements to get your payment like paid out, and to end those situations. You give away a lot of your freedoms and your rights as such, and then that information's taken away from all the rest of the people that it was so important for them to be able to see that information, to better make their choices on what they purchased or what equipment they saw fit to operate. You know, we're now blessed because of the sharing and the interaction with all of our viewers, that at the end of the day, you know, we've got such a magnificent piece of equipment like this here, that is just an absolute joy to be around and joy to operate. And that makes so much difference to your profitability, and then being able to share that content with you and to expand and film it better. You know, we're now starting to play with the flying of the drones and all that sort of stuff, and it's great. It's great fun. That opens up a whole other area for how many other people are flying drones, because look, if I can fly drones and I fly them well, anybody can learn to fly a drone. A lot of the problems with the product reviews are they're written from people who are so intellectual, and I don't mean that the wrong way, that a lot of the information they give on the actual flying of the drone isn't what a lot of other people need to know. A lot of the stuff that they really need to have access to is a much more grassroots level stuff. Just give me a second. So yeah, so that's how we work with those things and trying to support different people. And I'm not sure whether I've lost my train of thought. Phone rang, more money comes in, more work comes in. It's amazing how much your perspective changes when things that are good are happening for you, and you start to really get into that zone of prosperity. And it helps to bring draws other things to you on that basis, you know. So it's a fantastic time for us with growing our channel and having people come in and join our lives and see how we do things, the equipment we use, and, you know, be able to share that back to people in a meaningful way. Like the drone flying that I was talking about there, a lot of the ways that a lot of those drone instructional videos are done, they're brilliant from that point of view that they've done them, but they're not at the base roots level of why something happens or how it happens and how best to fly the aircraft. We're going to be doing a lot more videos in the near future, and they won't be as slick as all those guys at being able to screenshot things over the top. I don't have that ability at this stage with those things. But what I do have is a very good way of explaining at very grassroots level things of the very basics that you need to know while you're flying. More about flying. We fly the Phantom 3. We're going to upgrade in the near future to the Phantom 4. I'm sure of that. I was looking at the Mavic Pro. But I really do think I might go for the Phantom 4, I think. But in that basis of the Phantom 3, we bought it because it was very reasonably priced at the run out of that series. So it's like buying a car. When you want to buy something like that, you want to buy it at the very last of that run of that vehicle, because all the bugs have been run out of it. You know, it's pretty much bomb proof at that point, because they've put all the technology and all the learning curves been way back when. You don't want to be buying things at that point like I did with the tractor, of the latest, greatest U-Butte, technologically advanced, new technology, new way to go, and that's what happens to you. You want to be looking at equipment that is, and equipment is drones, it is simple stuff, it's chainsaws, it's brush cutters, it's excavators and skid steers. All the things that we bring to you guys in our channel, trying to help people make better choices, especially from where you're trying to make money from these things. It's a really profitable concept if you're already learning from my mistakes. So that's why we're growing our channel in the way we are, and trying to bring much better filming from much better perspectives, so that it brings a much better quality to you, the watcher of those things. So that's where we're heading with those things. Please subscribe to our channel, because that makes it a much bigger family, and it helps us to be able to give back to you by subscribing to you and growing your channel. And it's not a one-way street. We really want to hear from you guys and your life experiences and what you're doing, and you know, how this affects you, or how we might be able to help you in the future with those things, or even now, you know, because that's what really brings that wealth of versatility and vitality to our story and our world. You know, it's a huge thing that I think a lot of channels are missing in the way they interact with their audience, and that's why I do at this stage, I do respond to everybody personally. If you've made the effort to comment and correspond to me, then you deserve the right for me to, as best I can, to respond to you directly. It's a one-on-one relationship. You're important to me. You're not just somebody out there in YouTube land with no face or no input. You know, many people aspire to build their own channel, and you know, knowing what equipment that we're running helps a lot for you guys to be able to reasonably priced do that. You know, you won't find me, but I'll warn you now, you won't find me as a bargain basement person buying the cheapest Chinese knockoff of something that actually works. There's a reason why something works, and a reason why a company is good and stands by it, like Caterpillar skid steers, Kubota excavators, that type of thing. You know, John Deere tractors. Why I would go that way now, never again will I go the other way. It's because you're paying for that quality, but that quality directly relates to your life experiences. You know, the amount of, you know, heartache that I was caused, that, you know, really was a really grief situation, you can never get back. So when you go forward from that and you're buying the best of the quality that you can afford, it doesn't mean that it has to be the, you know, outrageously priced. But as you go through, it's going to give you much better service, it's going to earn you much better money, and it's going to give you a lot better outcomes in how you feel about the whole situation. So, you know, that's one of the biggest things that we want to get through to people. I'm not the bargain basement guy that's going to, you know, be trying to talk you over knockoffs and things like that. And at this stage, we're not sponsored by anybody. We don't get any kickbacks from, you know, any company at all. There's nobody on board supporting us at this stage. It doesn't mean that, you know, getting better better support from other individuals around those things doesn't make for a channel to grow or to foster better equipment, but at this stage we're not big enough or important enough to some of those people for that. But you know, that's as you grow your channels, and especially if we grow the small network channels, we will get to a stage where we will make big changes, because that's what I believe YouTube needs to ultimately change in the concept that it's working at now. We need to be bringing a lot of small content people through. All right, it's no good having mega giants at the top of the thing that are just drowning us in dribble, right, and just clickbaiting the living daylights out of us to enormous levels. We need much better quality at a much lower level, and that's what we need YouTube to change to. Anyway, look, thank you very much for joining us. Please subscribe, please like our videos, please comment.